learning what's new. With open minds, we engage and explore. Look or show, we inform. In wisdom we store. Through words we teach, and insights we proclaim. Together we grow, seeking knowledge flame. Look or show, we share lessons in the air. Bound by this journey in knowledge we care. Look or show, we inform. With truth we write. Building bridges of wisdom, shining bright.
To our fellow viewers, welcome yet again. And today we want to just narrow our presentation to matters to do with social media. Social media is one of the areas which lies on technology, and they always say that technology is a double-edged sword. In other words, there are the pros and cons. In other words, technology comes to build and it can also demolish. And for that matter, what has been happening in our country, Focal Show has been taking keen interest to see how we can share the information that is within our reach. Feel free to interact with our videos and learn. Let us learn together, because there are a few things we need to learn. The question we need to ask ourselves is that before we get any technology, because all these technologies we are using, all these social media channels we are using are foreign. How is it used in the mother country where it was produced? How is it used in the Western countries? You discover that all social media channels cannot be approved by any serious country without considering the following. We call them social media channels community guidelines, or in other words, social media community guidelines. Social media community guidelines are rules or principles established by social media platforms or organizations to ensure that interactions within the platform are respectful, productive, and aligned with community standards. These guidelines help foster a positive and safe environment for users while promoting engagement, inclusivity, and constructive discussions. They also serve as a way to protect the rights of users and prevent harmful content from spreading. The first key component of social media community guidelines is respectful communication. No hate speech or discrimination. That is, users should engage in respectful conversations without targeting individuals or groups based on race, gender, religion, ethnicity, sexual orientation, disability, or personal characteristics. Then, still with respectful communication, we have no bullying or harassment. Users must not engage in behavior that intimidates, threatens, or shames others, either directly or indirectly. Still under respectful communication, we have promoting kindness and empathy, encouraging kindness and understanding in interactions. Any form of offensive, malicious, or derogatory language should be avoided. And what has been happening is that those who are among our country, or the youth who are using these social media channels, they are very cautious not to use any English word which is abusive. And in other words, there is an attempt to use words which are either in vernacular or Kiswahili. And anytime you always see those social media prompting you to translate in English. The second guidelines is safety and well-being. Under this, we have no violence or threats. Users should not incite or promote violence, physical harm, or illegal activities. Still under safety and well-being, there should be no self-harm or harmful content. Content promoting self-harm, suicide, or dangerous behavior is prohibited. Under safety and well-being again, we also have privacy protection. Users should respect others' privacy and not share personal information, e.g. addresses, phone numbers without consent. Guideline number 3 we have no misinformation or fake news. Fact checking is one of the things that you should do before you share any content. Avoid sharing false information, conspiracy theories, or misleading claims. Misinformation, particularly about sensitive topics like health, politics, or social issues, should be actively discouraged. Credible sources should also be given. Encourage the sharing of information from reliable and credible sources. Users should strive to verify content before posting or sharing. Guideline number 4 is content ownership and copyright. No copyright infringement, and in this case, users must always ensure that the content they share is either original or they have permission to use it. Sharing content without proper attribution or permission, e.g., music, video, image, is prohibited. Under content ownership and copyright, we also have respect intellectual property. Users should respect intellectual property rights and avoid sharing pirated or unlicensed materials. Guideline number 5 is no spam or invasive advertising. No spammy behavior. Avoid posting repetitive comments, irrelevant links, or excessive promotional content that disrupts discussions. Under still no spam or invasive advertisement, we have advertising rules. Ensure that any advertisement or promotional posts comply with the platform rules, and they should be clearly marked or disclosed to users. Then guideline number 6, we have constructive discussions and debates. Under this, you encourage open dialogue. Users should engage in discussions in a manner that promotes understanding and diverse perspectives while avoiding aggressive arguments or personal attacks. Under still this guideline, we have respectful disagreement. Disagreeing is fine, but it should be done in a respectful manner that promotes a healthy exchange of ideas rather than causing hostility. Guideline number 7 is exploitation or abusive content. Avoid explicit content. Content that is sexually explicit, gory, or otherwise inappropriate for a broad audience and should be avoided. No exploitation or abuse, and content that promotes exploitation, abuse, or manipulation of others, e.g., child exploitation, human trafficking, should be immediately reported and removed. Guideline number 8, we have content moderation and enforcement. Under this, we have platform rules. Social media platforms often have content moderations or automatic systems that review and ensure community guidelines or enforce community guidelines, removing harmful or inappropriate content. Then we have the consequences for violation. If you have violations of guidelines, can lead to content removal, account suspension, or permanent bans. Guideline number 9, we have respect for diverse communities. Inclusion, that is, users are encouraged to embrace diversity and treat others with respect, ensuring that everyone, regardless of background or belief, feels welcome to participate. Still, under respect for diverse communities, we have no discrimination. In other words, you should not discriminate. Users should avoid language or actions that marginalize specific communities or people, making them feel excluded or unrepresented. And the final guideline is guideline number 10, reporting and support. Reporting tools. Social media platforms typically have tools for users to report offensive, inappropriate, or harmful content. Users should be encouraged to use these tools to help maintain a healthy online environment. Support systems should also be there. Platforms should provide clear information on how users can seek help or support if they experience harassment or other negative situations. I would conclude by saying this. We are in our country called Kenya. We have laws. We have technology to use. But then, all of us know the limits. It is not that we don't know. If people are abusing social media platforms, they are aware of community guidelines, and nobody has dared abuse community guidelines because, of course, they know the account will either be suspended or permanently closed. Let us endeavor to use social media in a positive way, because we have said technology is a double-edged sword, and avoid landing ourselves into criminal activities or activities which will make us fall into various offenses as outlined in the Computer Misuse and Cybercrime Act. We thank you so much for viewing Flokel Show. Continue sharing with us, continue commenting and liking our videos. And we are saying we are not a monopoly of knowledge. Whatever you feel that you can comment for us to add or remove, we are appreciated. Thank you so much, and continue supporting us.